What's your secret to staying afloat in such a fickle industry?
Well, you know, I have to tell you really what my secret is that I don't care that much. I don't care that much. I mean, in fact, I see it as a game, and it has to be fun, or else I have to stop because it's too short. Your life, you think like your career is delicate or something like that. It's not. If you're really good at what you do, it's resilient. It will come back. You know what I mean? It will happen. So you have to enjoy it, or else there's no point to it. I don't care very much about business. I never have. You know, I leave that to the people who are supposed to care about it, which is probably why it took me a great long time to get to this point where actually I do business. And not that I don't. I think salesmen are amazing people because without them, I am nothing. But I think like it's almost a little wrong for a creative person to think that way. Don't worry about your personality impacting because it's gonna help. In the end, I think a woman, your customer, kind of relates to you too. She relates to the clothes because she relates to you. When designer clothes were made up, you know, there was always a personality involved, and that's what draws people there. It draws them to your camp, you know. My real advice to you is do not give up, no matter what happens. Some bad things will happen, but do not give up. And I'm sure some bad things have happened already. Wait, can I tell you what happened to me when I was like roughly your age? I had a small apartment and we had just made one of our first really big shipments to a store called Diane B. And I will say the name because it was one of the most horrible things anyone has ever done to me, right? Diane Benson, I think is her name. She's a retailer. And she, I guess, overdid her buy for that year or something. I don't know what she did, but she decided she didn't want my clothes, right? And she wanted to return them. And I guess she tried to negotiate that with my partner, who was like, no, you have to take, you ordered these clothes, you have to pay for them and you have to take them and you have to sell it, right? So one day I get to my little apartment on West End Avenue. You will not believe this. And there was a big box with like a bow on it, right? Like a big bow, like happy birthday. Because it was the autumn, right? It was October. So I get upstairs with the box. I'm like, oh my God, I open the box and it's my clothes. And my partner said, oh no, because the minute you open the box, you have accepted merchandise so that you have to re-accept it at that point. But somehow, a few days later, you kind of get a really good idea for something and you go on. You know what I mean? So I say go on through all of that because it will take place. Even if you guard, there's someone who's going to sue you for something that you really do not deserve to be sued for. I'm telling you. I like the idea of remaining objective. You know, it's like people would say to me, like, who is your woman? Who is your woman? I'll be like, that's my woman, okay? Who is my woman? My woman is every woman. You know, it's like, she's not that stupid that I say, this is who you are. That's who my woman is, okay? I swear, you know? And it took me a very long time. And it's like, you know, there were always like retail partners or my partners or something who would say, you should do. And I'd be like, okay, here. You know, it's like, don't tell me that I should do something. I'm going to do the opposite of it, which is stupid. It's stupid. But in the end, it really, I think now or in future, it really stands me in good stead because I feel like I make a very broad product. I make coats, I make evening dresses, I make bathing suits. I make a lot of things because of that. You know what I mean? Because I refuse to be subjective about it. I have to be objective. You know, it's a big thought. It's a big world. You know what I mean? I encourage that no matter who you are. I encourage you to think big, you know? Don't be afraid. And you're so young and busty, which is a good thing.